Okay. Now see the diagram, the equivalent circuit is very big, so I cannot use it every time when I'm going to apply KVL or KCL, right? So for that, I'm going to derive a simplified equivalent circuit, which will be easy for me to analyze. Okay. So see, primary we told we have two currents. One is no load current, another one is the load current, right? The no load current is only 3 to 5% of the full load current. So it is very, very meager. It is 3 to 5%. So remaining 97% of current is going to be the full load current. So you from the previous diagram, if you see, first you will have this R1 X1, then you will have this no load component. So since this no load component is not going to consume much of the current, I'm going to put this no load component first, and I'm going to put this R1 X1 component. Okay. The reason is the no load component is not occupying majority of my load current. Okay. So if you interchange, they say it is not going to create that much problem because the no load component, the no load current is just 3 to 5% of the full load current. So this is the first simplification we are doing. See, original equivalent circuit I have shown you. For this is the actual equivalent circuit of your transformer on load. Since analyzing the circuit is going to be difficult, what I'm going to do, I'm going to simplify the circuit with applying some approximations. The first approximation is the no load current approximation. The no load current is very, very small. So shifting this no load component here and shifting R1 X1 after that is not going to affect your circuit. That is the first thing. Okay. Second thing, you see, I have two loops. One loop in primary, one loop in secondary, which is also not comfortable for me. I want to make it a single loop. So I want to bring all the secondary components into the primary side. So what can I do for that? Can anybody say? If I want to bring all the secondary component into the primary side and make it a single loop, what should I do? What should I do? We have studied this previously as an application of transformer. What should I do?
Impedance transformation, sir.
Yes, you have to go for impedance. As I told you, if you have a secondary impedance, you can transfer it to primary using the formula Z by K square. I hope you remember. We have studied a topic called impedance transformation. Using impedance transformation, I can transfer any impedance from secondary to primary or from primary to secondary as I like. But here, what I'm doing, I'm going to transfer all the impedance from secondary to primary. So the formula will be the secondary impedance value will be divided by K square. K is going to be the turns ratio of your transformer. Okay, see here, secondary, what all components you have? You have R2, X2. So R2 will be divided by K square. See here, this component is your no load component. Then comes your R1, X1. Then we are going to extend this primary and draw the secondary also. So R2 is there. So R2 will be R2 by K square because of impedance transformation. And X2 is there. X2 will be X2 by K square because of impedance transformation. And I2 will no longer be your I2. It will be I1 dash will be equal to K into I2. Okay, everywhere the K will come in your circuit in any form or the other form. And ZL by K square. And voltage V2, V2 by K. So when voltage will see voltage and impedance will be divided by the value. Current will be multiplied by the value. I told you voltage, if it is divided, current has to be multiplied because in a transformer, you cannot have high voltage, high current scenario at all. It will be either high voltage, low current or low voltage, high current. So see here, voltage is divided by K. Okay, and current is multiplied by K. So now you see I have transferred all the component to the primary side. Now I have a single loop to apply my KVL, and that becomes very, very easy for me. Is this transformation clear for everyone? How we are transforming each component from secondary to primary? Any doubts you have, you can ask. Why do we divide V2 by K when we are transferring this V2 into the primary side? Why we are not multiplying by K? What is the reason for dividing by K? Why we are dividing by K and not multiplying by K? What is the reason?
So
Can someone?
because
Yes.
current in this case current is maximum, voltage is maximum is not possible, sir. Either current is maximum or voltage is maximum,
Okay,
sir.
that is logically correct. I want from the equation, can you say why it is V2 by K and not V2 into K? What is V2 by V1 equal to in a transformer? V2 by V1 equal to
K, sir.
K. So what should be V1 from that?
V2 by K.
That's all.
V2 by K,
That's why
sir.
I'm getting. Why I am finding V1? Because I am transferring everything to primary. So it will be V1 equal to V2 by K. Correct? That's why we are dividing by K. Suppose if I am transferring all the primary components to secondary in the reverse direction, not like this way. If I am transferring everything to secondary, then the formulas will be completely changing accordingly. But since we cannot do that, we cannot transfer the components from primary to secondary because primary has a source. So I cannot transfer the source just like that from primary to secondary. So always in transformer, what we will do, we'll transfer the components from secondary to primary and we'll ensure that you have a single loop to apply all your KVL analysis. Okay. First approximation, what did we do? We interchange the position of the no load component and R1 X1, saying that the no load component is only a very few percentage of your full load current. After doing that, I'm going to shift all the components from the secondary to primary using the concept of impedance transformation in a transformer. So R2 will become R2 by K square, X2 will become X2 by K square, ZL will become ZL by K square, and V2 will be V2 by K, and current will be multiplied by K. That current will be called as I1 dash. You know the current flowing through the primary is I1 dash. So this circuit is a completely only primary circuit. Secondary is also merged into this primary circuit. Okay, so now you see two resistance are there, R1 and R2 by K square as in series. So I am representing it as single resistance RE1. You know, in resistance, when they are in series, you will add them, correct? R1 plus R2 by K square, I'm combining it as a single resistance. The value is RE1. Same way, X1, X2 by K square, two inductors in series, I'm going to replace it by XC1. Now the simplified circuit will become even more simple. You see, you have the no load component, you have RE1, you have XE1, you have V2 by K voltage across the load. Load is ZL by K square, and I dash equal to K by I2. I dash equal to K into I2. This is your still more simplified circuit of your transformer from the primary side. See, I cannot add this ZL by K square to any component. See, only I have added R1, R2 by K square and written it as RE1. I have added X1, X2 by K square and written it as XE1. So this ZL by K square will still be there. It will not go with any other component. Why? What is the reason? You can also add this along and make it simplified, even more simplified, right? Why this ZL by K square is alone, standing alone here? Why that load is alone left independent? Why cannot join the load with either RE1 or XE1? What is the reason? What is the reason for the load being left alone, not being clubbed with RE1 or XE1? What's the answer? Give a try. Don't be silent. Give a try. Even if it is wrong, not an issue. We are learning. Just give a try.
Sir, load means it can vary, no, sir. Like for
Vary in the sense,
transformer.
vary in the sense, you are almost correct. Vary in the sense, the load can be. I told you in the last class, the load, the secondary current I2 depends on the load. So depends on the load means what is the meaning? The load is not fixed. The load can change. So what are the possibilities of the load to be changing? The load can be dash or dash
Resistance,
or dash.
inductor, or capacitor.
Inductance, resistance,
Very good.
Inductor,
Yes.
capacitor, or
Very good. The
resistor.
resistance can be inductor with no phase shift. It can be, resistor with no phase shift, inductor with lagging phase shift, and capacitor with leading phase shift. So in that case, I cannot clearly add this ZL to any of the components RE1 and XE1 because RE1 is a pure resistance and XE1 is a pure inductor. See, if it is known that ZL is inductor, I can add ZL with XE1. But since I cannot clearly say what is the type of load I'm going to have, this ZL will remain alone at the secondary. While all other resistance, I can club it into a single component RE1 and all the inductors I can club it into a single component XE1. So now see the as and when you simplify the circuit becomes simpler and simpler, you see. So now finally you see the big diagram what you have seen in the last class. This is the big diagram what we have seen. This is simplified step by step using the first approximation, the second approximation, And third, I'm going to club the components and write. So this is the equivalent transformer as referred to the primary. You should always use the word as referred to the primary because we have moved all the secondary components to the primary side of your transformer. There can also be an equivalent circuit as referred to the secondary, but we are not bothered about that. We are going to move the component from secondary to primary only. Okay.
Sir,
Still,
then
yeah,
what about the two solenoids, the two inductors in the middle, sir, which are like coupled, sir, in the middle?
that is the effect is given by this K. So the inductors are coupled and they have the number of turns, right? They have turns N1 and N2. They are going to contribute for the turns ratio. So you see, when you move the components, you will have the turns ratio coming to the picture. So the effect of the inductors are going to be K, multiplication by K and division by K square and K.
Okay, sir.